Yeah,
So how you feel? It was a really long game.
it was. I feel like it shouldn't have been as close as it was. I definitely made some errors, and I think it should have closed it out a lot earlier. But he battled really hard, so he definitely made me sweat.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you got a strike of luck there on that bear trap, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, yeah, that was pretty critical. I
That
feel like,
was.
I mean, that was.
I
um,
would definitely say that that brought you back into the game. At the beginning, I was seeing, even though you were up in the scoreboard, but the map was looking really really tough for you.
yeah, I mean, I think I don't know how many people were watching might have been thinking the same thing, but for me, when I play as the USA. A lot of games tend to follow that pattern. I play it in a less traditional way than most people, and so I think that it was abundantly clear to me that things were looking good on the scoreboard, but I needed some help. It might not have been that obvious to the stream, but yeah, I knew that something needed to turn, and he managed to get. I think he had all of the big mid war cards as well. I think he had
Yeah.
two Juntas, two Brush Wars, and an ABM in there, and so something really needed to go my way, and that was definitely it.
I'm. There was something that it kind of struck me. I think it was June 5 or June 6. You play Usuri instead of holding it for the last AR and try to make a mess in Asia. Asia was still uh, being contested. So I wonder why did you decided to play. I think it was June 5, June 6. Maybe you can look at it. Um,
Yeah, turn 6, and
yeah, you
so
play Usuri for the ops instead of holding it
okay,
for, and you have
I think that
UNC
was
then.
a yeah, that was a turn where the Chile realignments, where the whole turn basically you realigned Chile and he repaired.
yeah. I mean, what I really wanted to do was to in the process of realigning Chile, empty out Mexico, so I didn't have to use Asnot. I would rather saved Asnot, so I didn't have to play Central America. I mean, because I would have wanted to just play Central America scoring and hold Asnot. I think I was valuing the Asnot higher than playing Usuri at the end of the turn. And
Oh,
so
so
that's why I put.
you were hoping
Yeah,
to
because
hold
it
due
was
to
a two
incident
card.
and send it to.
Yeah, I figured I'd have enough rolls at Chile that I could empty Chile and just empty Mexico in the process, but it didn't really work out like that.
You got a good 5-6 cracks in Mexico. It just didn't. The
Yeah,
rest blew
Yeah.
away.
yeah. So I mean, that's what I was thinking, and I mean, I knew he had. I mean, there was a good chance that UN was still out there, and I might have been thinking for a while, but I was actually thinking about whether I could try to hold Usuri, and I just determined I was going to play it for ops anyways. So I was trying to get around actually letting him play the UN, which he did wind up playing because I had to play UN or U2 the next turn.
Oh, you
That's
had
why I
that
played
read on
Usuri
that.
then.
Okay.
I mean, there weren't many cards left, and it was definitely out there.
That turn was fascinating because you also headlined puppet governments. When you had Cuba Missile Crisis, you had even Usuri would have been, I think, another viable option.
Yes.
Why? What
Yeah.
was the reasoning behind the puppet governments?
Um. So I'm pretty sure.
You went one for Mexico, one for Guatemala, and I can't remember the other one.
Peru. Peru was the third one.
Okay, Peru.
It worked out in the end. I think it was.
Yeah, it worked
'cause
out.
You had Central America scoring, right? So I think looking forward to that.
But what
Yeah.
we were commenting was like, okay, why are you giving him another coup option in Mexico when he already has two in South America?
Yeah. I mean, so the thing that I was sort of thinking, I mean, if I'd headlined Cuban Missile Crisis, I mean, that would definitely sort of turn off the NORAD, which I didn't think. I thought he was going to have to give me for sure that turn.
Okay.
And he did have the influence in Cuba, which he could have essentially just played it up to 5 and then removed. And so it wouldn't have done a lot, I think. And so I wasn't super hot on Cuban Missile Crisis. And the thing was, the two scorings that were out there were Central America and South America, and I just really didn't want to take a hit on both of those and just play the whole late war and fear of war games when I thought the game was probably going better than it was. I thought it was
Okay.
pretty much in my favor, and so I just wanted to do something to try to fight those two scorings.
Okay. That's do you have something on your list, Hassan?
No, not really. Just congrats, man. It was well played. At the very end there, I don't know if what you were thinking. I was thinking if he played China card 2 to Uruguay and 2 to France, could you have done anything to break that? Because that would have been 3 VPs in South America, right? And it still would have given you. So you would have been 3 behind with a 2 op to play.
So yeah, that would have given him additional the additional 3 VPs, and so I think at that point, I mean, it depends. I could have gotten a tie out of it by breaking Uruguay, right?
Right, that's true.
But I mean, I basically just figured that he didn't know.
Actually, couldn't you have breaking Brazil straight up for 4 VPs actually?
Brazil? You mean?
Oh, Venezuela. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Venezuela would have been the 4. Okay.
4 VPs. Yeah. So that would have been the win there.
I didn't really know what he's going to do. I wasn't sure if he was going to try something in Asia as well.
We were hoping for some lucky realignments. Maybe you rolling on Nigeria and Venezuela instead of that coup on Uruguay, because that would have been if you were successful on. I mean, it was completely like rolling the game out, but
yeah.
But that.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, go ahead.
That there was a lot to gain there, right? There was like at least 3 VPs 3 VPs in Nigeria for the control. Oh no, because you remove it completely, so it would have been 4.
Yeah, but he's realigning it +0, so it would have been
it would have been extra. Yeah, you were basically hoping that you would roll +3, right?
Yeah, I mean that was actually what my thought really was to basically, if I couldn't get a tie out of the game based on what he did the rest of his hand, to try the realignments. But I mean, I knew that I didn't have my military ops, so I knew that coup was necessary.
Yeah.
Just I was hoping to, at a minimum, break his control of it, so just put a little bit more heat on him. I mean, if it would have been a failed coup, I would have been in trouble. But I think at that point, there was a lot of math going on. But I think I still could have gotten the realignment on Nigeria, even if the coup did nothing.
Okay.
And that would have either tied or won. I can't remember, but I was thinking it through, and it just seemed like the best thing to do.
So I also, you both went over your clock. I don't know if Luis said something about the timing. Can you tell us?
Okay, I wasn't even watching the clock.
Yeah, I mean, you were the first one to go over the clock, but he did also. So my understanding is if he doesn't want to enforce it at the time, you can just.
I don't think there was a time limit set for the All-Star Games. I could be mistaken, but.
Yeah, I know that actually some people were asking for 90 and some people were asking for 45. I don't know if there was anything settled, but yeah, we can talk to Luis about that. I don't want to, I don't want to take the win if I did go over there. I noticed that I actually, just because of the idea that it was on stream, I was just thinking through my decisions a lot more. I don't know why. Just sort of got in my head a little bit, but
got a little the tweet chat pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever have a problem finishing a 45-minute game on time, so I wasn't really even thinking about the time, but I was definitely second guessing my decisions there.
I think it's a bad practice to try to win by the rules where you couldn't win on the board, right? So I don't think John is gonna go to Luis and say, "Hey, he went over the clock." I think you can take this win, and I mean, we'll see what's the official ruling from the organization, but I think this is pretty much it. So the rest of the world is most likely gonna take it unless Luis rules otherwise because of the time thing.
Yeah, team captain coming in and stealing it himself, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it could have been more definitive. I mean, when you bear trap someone like that, you expect to win. But I mean, he played really well. He did. He had a decent amount of luck going his direction. So those two combined made it really tough. And I made some mistakes too. I you know, I'd been holding that SALT negotiations for so long, and
Yeah,
the issue.
I thought you were finally gonna play for ops. I don't know. What were you hoping for? Were you
was that a little greed there? What were you hoping for? Yeah.
I mean, well, honestly, the issue was I got so caught up in this battle of what needed to happen in Central America on turn 6. I mean, what I wanted to do was to salt for ABM was what I was holding it for when he played it or when I played it, and then to reline France again in the headline. But the problem was on that turn, it got too erratic, and I lost a little bit of track of what was going on. And when I went to do it, I realized I didn't have any military options. He had all of his, and that would have been a 4 VP hit. And I just couldn't do it if I had salted there on the last AR. And so I had to hold it again, and then I wound up getting KAL, which wasn't the worst, but if I would have just been able to get my military option turn 6, I was just waiting for ABM. That was definitely a mistake there, was not planning that turn through enough.
Also, on turn 10, you have socialist governments and Suez, both, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you decide to go to space socialist governments. You didn't think of the Iron Lady? Because tweet chat reminded you.
I mean, I wasn't looking, but
the 10 minute delay.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't watching or anything.
No, yeah, of course. But when they saw it, there was the Iron Lady, and yeah, there was some punish there. I was actually talking to Hassan about that. It's like, why not spacing?
Well, I mean, the thing was, I thought about both of those for a while, and if I had been holding socialist governments. I mean, say he didn't have the Iron Lady. There's no guarantee that he had it.
Yeah.
But if I had been holding socialist governments, it would have given him. He knew that I had that. It would have given him an idea. I think he knew that I had that, right? Maybe
I mean,
he didn't.
No, he cannot. But, no, it was just a reshuffle, right? It was Toon Chan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think. No,
I don't think
he knew I had it. He knew I had it from Gunman on turn 9.
Oh, okay.
Oh, true.
I held it there. I knew that he knew that I had it, and didn't remember why. But
so he was holding the Iron Lady, waiting for you to play the card.
Then he would have known just one of the cards. I mean, part of the reason I think the last AR went well enough for me was he just didn't know what the last card in my hand was, and so he couldn't necessarily make a play that capitalized on that, and so I didn't want to give him too much information. But the other thing was, the socialist governments, I would have had to essentially trade 3 ops for 3 ops, depending on where it went. But the Suez, I really only cared about France at that point, and so I could have actually played it and gotten an op out of it. And so, given I don't care about UK, I don't care about Israel, Suez is a net 1 op, whereas the socialist government would have been a net 0 op.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was going to have to play one of them, and I wanted the 1 op because I wasn't going to play South African Unrest.
Okay. That sounds good. Hassan, do you have something else? Are we gonna
No, I think we're good to go. It's been a long game, but it's been well played.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have things to do. So do I. So thank you for your time, Michael. And
yeah, well, thanks for commenting that long game. I'm sure you guys are tired out, need a drink of water. But I appreciate you doing all this, and I look forward to looking at the replay. And
okay,
again,
I'll put it on
YouTube.
To
John.
This time it was 100% recording, so there won't be the same issue last time. So you could see it there. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks everybody for being here on the stream with us. Thanks Hassan for helping me out and taking over while I was attending some work issues. So
yeah, no worries. It was my pleasure. It's all fun as always.
Okay, let's see next week. Even though there's no I mean it's not consequential what happens, but it will be definitely a good game, and hope to see you guys all there. All right.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Take care. Best of luck in the tournament.
Thanks.
Same.
You guys too.